Architectural Review Board. We are an advisory board to Bethlehem City Council appointed by the mayor. Membership on this board must include a registered architect, a licensed real estate broker, and 6 other residents with knowledge or interest in historic preservation, and Bethlehem's building inspector, who is on vacation this week. We are advised by architect Joe Phillips, our historic preservation officer. Action on a certificate of appropriateness, or COA, you'll hear us call it, requires a majority of members present. We have a quorum today. Today's review will be conducted as follows. Applicants for a certificate of appropriateness will be reviewed in the order in which they were received. Mr. Phillips will describe the proposed changes as well as significant features of the building and describe the Secretary of Interior standards that apply to your project. Changes to district structures must be based on Bethlehem's historic ordinance and the Secretary of Interior standards. Project representatives are welcome to provide additional information and respond to questions from board members. A motion is made and a second solicited. Additional discussion may ensue before a vote is taken. The motion may approve the submission as made or approve with modifications. It may deny with clear reasons why the proposal does not meet the qualifications. It may be tabled with a list of clarifications needed to allow the board to make a recommendation. The recommendation of the board is then submitted to City Council for issuance and/or denial of the COA. City Council typically meets the first and third Tuesday of every month. Recommendations made by us today will be acted upon by council at their next meeting, which you may attend. No work can begin until approval is received. Any questions? Everybody good? Board members, are there any conflict of interest with today's applications?
No.
You guys are good? Okay. So 234 East Market Street. So is anyone here for 234?
I'm the owner.
Hi. You're welcome to, yes.
Yeah, I'm Frank Sawyer, the owner.
Okay.
My wife and I.
Okay. The proposed work at 234 East Market Street is the replacement of the existing slate roofing with GIF slate line shingles in the antique slate color, and the existing gutters and downspouts are to remain. I do have one question, and I'll come back to that. It's a 2.5-story residential structure, brick on the bottom, 2 stories, and scalloped wood siding on the upper stories. There's a couple cross gable dormers on the building. The question I had just before we get into it is there are kind of traditional gutters on there, and on the back portion, the right rear, there's actually a pole gutter that runs across there. Is that going to be maintained as well?
Box cutter.
Yeah.
If we're able to reuse it, if we're able to preserve it, we will.
Okay.
Put a liner in if possible.
Okay.
If it's completely shot, we'll put a half round gutter similar to what's on the east and west sides on the front of the house. You can see that on the.
Yeah. Okay. That's my only question.
In the current slate roof, simply beyond,
Existing slate roof, I believe, is original.
yeah, yeah, that sounds beyond.
We've been replacing 8 and 12 shingles every year since we bought it.
Yeah.
Pretty well shot.
So this is a sample that's goes with
This
you.
is the slate line shingle like you
We always,
do all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
That's the color.
Okay.
You look at this picture of the rear of the house. There's a small porch entrance there. You improve these shingles on.
So that the door there at the stairs and the little roof over that door at the stairs.
And will that,
That's the same shingle, the same color. I cut those samples out for leftovers.
so then that roof does not need to be replaced, correct?
And there's a bay window, I guess, there that is that slate right now? And that's going to go to the shingle as well. Yep.
Separate building.
Anybody have other questions?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
It does, doesn't it?
Can I make a motion to
Absolutely.
approve? I'd like to make a motion to approve a certificate of appropriateness for 234 East Market Street to replace the existing slate roof with GAF slate line shingles, antique color. That's the main roof of the house, the bay window. They may need to replace the box gutter on the rear of the house, and they will do that with new gutter consistent with what is already on the house.
Can I add to that just a little bit?
Mhm.
Flashings will be real copper. And any roof edge trims such as drip edge shall be the same color as the existing or adjacent trim. If you have to change that. And any changes that you might have to make, you have to come back, for color. Just come back to Harb.
And it should be noted that if you are replacing something, replacing the gutters, they should be painted as they have you painted
Current.
them already. Yeah, as currently. Yeah. I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Roll call vote. Connie?
Aye.
And yes. Rod, yes. And Joe.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, my reader,
No, you
No,
don't
no.
have to stay.
We have to stay. All right, the next applicant is 77 West Broad Street, Unit 17C.
Hi.
Alexis?
Aye.
Yep.
My sign guy, I had him here last time, but he could not make it today. So now I'm deciding I would do today.
Okay. Let me just describe the work. The applicant, owner of the property at 77 West Broad Street, Unit 17C, proposes to install a new carved foam sign to be located on an existing metal wall-mounted bracket. The sign will be 24 by 36 inches wide, 24 inches high by 36 inches wide. And it's stated in the application that the underside of the existing bracket is approximately 10 foot 8 inches above the walkway, and the underside of the new sign will be approximately 8 feet 8 inches above the walkway. The sign will have three colors: white, gold, and black. And there was an example in the application, I believe, of the sign. Okay.
Could we see your color? Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry.
Is that the sign in its entirety?
Yeah,
Is there
not
any?
edges,
Is
It's just that center portion.
okay.
The little pieces on the edge will not be on the side. So basically, that's it.
So just that.
You got it.
Just the logo,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So is there a border on the sign? The
Yeah,
background is black.
I believe we discussed that we have to have one, so we can put the.
So pinstripe border about a half inch in,
Yeah.
correct?
And what color will be the pinstripe?
Whatever color I need to do, I can do. I believe- oh, we haven't actually discussed the specifics of that yet.
I mean, white is the safe bet, but we have yellow and white on the sign, so I'm not sure it matters. I think
Well,
the
the
white
other-
might stand out a little more.
Your corner embellishments on your logo are white, so I'm
They're
assuming
not
that.
going, they're not going to be.
No, I know that, but I'm just going on that theme. I would think that a white pinstripe would be appropriate.
Yeah.
Would stand out, help it stand out. I have one question. So I walked by here.
Yeah.
And I'm just feeling like the length of the sign and the height of the bracket. Do you know how long are these brackets right here? Do you know what that dimension is?
I don't, they're pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't off the top of my head know the exact. Maybe they were already there. I don't know what they've installed.
Okay, so the length of your sign is 24 or 29?
The length is 36.
Well,
The
width,
final
that's
length is
width
24.
24?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you know the height from the ground up to the bottom of your bracket?
Is 10.8, I believe. 10.9 inches.
So if we take 10.8 and take 2 feet off of that, we have 8.8, which is okay. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
hit that
nobody's
if
gonna
that's
hit
true. That we were counting the
Mhm.
bricks
Right, yeah.
to try to figure out what the height was. So we have to assume then that someone did measure from there to there.
Yeah, I mean, probably
No, I mean just for the height of your
appropriate height, yeah.
sign, just so somebody doesn't hit their head.
Yeah, understand.
No, I mean, we'll approve it for the height that's stated. We just obviously don't want people to, don't want it to be at
Totally understand.
that, we don't
Wrap
want
their
that to
heads.
be at 8'8"
Yeah,
and then
that's
2
true.
feet down. um, You know, it's 6'8",
Mhm.
it's cutting it close.
It'll knock your head off.
Yeah.
Okay. So we still don't, we see these brackets, but I don't see them in the image here. So if those are any longer than an inch or two, we're going to have to, see, they're not there.
What, the eye ring, the
Those
rings?
eye rings, yeah.
Yeah.
Look like they're on the edge. I have it. No. That, 'cause that's obviously just printed off on the printer, but
Or we just, in the certificate of appropriateness, we just say it must be a specific height from the ground to the to the bottom of the sign.
that's a zoomed in.
Oh, I see, they are bright. They're defined.
Yeah, I mean, they're an inch or
An inch or
so.
so.
Yeah, I mean, if it's truly, the bottom of the sign is 8'8" and an
Mhm.
inch is not
And
gonna,
it's 8.6 to the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah, it's not gonna make a difference. So.
Okay. Motion, anybody?
I move to give us a certificate of appropriateness to 77 West Broad Street, Unit 17C, for the creation of a sign as it has been, as the logo has been presented. There would be an additional pinstripe in white, a half an inch in from each border. The sign is 24 by 36. We ask that the finished height from the ground to the bottom of the sign be no less than, what do we figure, 8'2"? 8'8".
Wow.
It's gonna have to be less than 8.8 because of the the bottom of the bracket
All right,
is
8.6.
10.8,
Yeah.
and then you've got hooks, so it's
8.6.
8.6, 8.5.
Okay.
approximately 8'6".
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Connie?
Aye.
Diana is aye, Rod is aye, and Joe.
Yes, aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
You're done.
You're done. You can stay if you want.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Long.
415 High Street is next.
Come get comfortable in this one then.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Hello.
How are you? Good.
Okay. And are you Francis?
Yes.
Okay. Okey doke. The applicant for the property located at 415 High Street proposes to replace an existing wood fence with a new wood fence of the same height of 6 foot 0 inches, but a different design as shown in the application. You guys may remember this fence. It's a woven fence currently, and now it's proposed to be a more solid wood fence. The application was previously denied on the 6th of October, 2021, because the applicant was proposing to replace the existing wood fence with a vinyl PVC fence. Well, it's always good to know. The previous and one thing I wanted to note is the previous application stated that the existing fence is 7 foot 0 inches tall, and this application states that it's 6 foot 0 inches tall. So we need to gain clarity on that. But then, yeah, really the main difference from the last application is there was a vinyl fence, and we had questions about the longevity and the color fastness and how that would weather. So the recommendation at the time was to come back with a wooden fence, which the applicant has. Now the question is just the design. And this is just the short section of wooden fence that's there now, right? The site plan shows a lot going on.
100 feet.
It's
The
be-
new fence is gonna be located almost exactly where the old one is. The old one falls about 1 foot short of the front of the house. We're gonna bring it up a little bit closer to flush and turn it next to the house.
But you're not wrapping it around the house or anything like that.
It will be on the front of the house.
I have one question on the drawing here. I don't know if you did the drawing or not. There's a comment that says new 4-foot aluminum fence. Is that part of this project?
It was going to be part of the same project, but they decided not to go with it.
Okay, so that is not part of this application. Okay.
And I remember, Mr. Godson, we talked a little bit about a gate that connected in the last discussion we had, a gate between the house and the fence. Is that going to happen this time?
She no longer wants to get it, she just wants to close it off.
Okay, so then there will be a panel here, correct?
It'll be about 30 inches wide.
Okay, all right. So she's proposing to replace this entire fence and then connect it, a 30-inch panel to connect to the house, correct? Okay.
As you close the yard in there, they're down on branch with them.
Yeah.
A great bunch of them. They visited and have
So is it going to be attached to the house or just sit?
no, so it's separate place.
Okay. How far away from the house?
Maybe an inch.
Oh, okay.
Basically, butt up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fence is made, it's wood, obviously. Is it cedar? What is it made of?
That's Western Red Cedar.
And did the 7-foot versus 6-foot question get answered?
Well, I don't think you can do 7 foot. I think the city requires 6.
She's not asking for something. She's just
March 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did we see the 7?
I'm sorry?
It was on the last application
Oh, okay.
back from last year.
And then the caps on the posts are as they are shown here?
Yes,
Okay, and what are they made out of, sir?
cedar also.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
The pointed caps are cedar also.
Mhm.
It's called a New England style cap, a real soft, caramel top.
Alrighty. Any other
And
questions?
I'm sorry, you said the material of the fence again?
It's Western red cedar.
Will it receive any finish at all?
Big work.
Will it receive any finish at all?
But that's up to her as far as maintenance is concerned.
Mhm.
We don't offer that as part of the installation.
Mhm.
We'll recommend professionals that can treat the fence.
But would it be so that it would be
It'll come
clear? It would be clear. I mean, it's not like a color or anything.
That would be bare red cedar. Raw red
Right,
cedar.
but and as far as you know, she's not intending to paint it a color or anything like that. So what we see is
At
what's
this point,
going to.
no. I think she wants to allow some weather natural.
Okay. Good. Caught up there, Chuck.
Mhm.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Nope.
I'll make a motion. I move to approve the fence installation for 415 High Street in Western red cedar. It's replacing an existing. The caps, everything, and the posts will be the Western red cedar to weather natural. And the fence will sit approximately 1 inch or so from the left side of the High Street side of the house.
That's just where it turns 90 degrees, though.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it'll be in the same location, correct?
Yes. Finished your motion?
Yeah.
I second it.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. Got Connie, Diana, Rod,
Aye.
and Joe.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Have a nice summer.
you too.
Thank you too.
Mm-hmm. 123 East Market Street is next.
Hello.
Okay, the applicant for the property located at 123 East Market Street proposes to replace the existing slate roof with GAF slate line shingles in the antique slate color. New pre-finished aluminum drip edge will be installed at the perimeter of the roofs. New chimney flashing will be installed as if required, and new vent pipe flanges will be installed to replace the existing. There will also be a new shingle-covered ridge vent installed. That's part one. I don't know if you want to take this in two parts or not, but the second part of this is the replacement of an existing skylight with a new Velux skylight. And is that same size?
So it's actually, we're utilizing an existing curb.
Okay.
It's a piece of plexiglass right now that somebody actually put up there. We're taking the plexiglass out and Lux curb actually provided the drawing for you. Yep, there you go. It's right on top of the existing leg that basically comes up through the roof.
And is this skylight visible from the street in any way?
It's very difficult to see from the rear. You actually have to step pretty far back to see it. I think I provided you a sample of the color.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
That's the skylight.
And that would be any kind of flashing detail that is needed to transition from the roof up the curb. That would be the same color.
Makes sense. What do you call this?
That is the color of tuxedo gray.
Tuxedo gray.
And then the rubber roof, are we talking about the rubber roof this evening?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Joe, did I jump in too early?
I don't know that I was aware of that.
It's pretty close to the end.
Did I miss that?
Well, can you see the rubber roof from that's totally invisible to the ground,
Yeah,
right?
invisible. There's a front main one, and then there's a rear main one where the fire escape is.
Mhm.
Either one, the only thing that you actually see is visible outline of the flash. Determination.
So rubber roof to be replaced in kind?
Does a rubber roof have to be removed before you put on another one, or you just roll another one on top?
Nope, totally removed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, actually, the rear one is what they call it, a plume, and it's like coated. It's more,
Mhm.
it's kind of like a rubberized roof, but it's each bigger.
But the rubber roof doesn't need to have any coating.
The rubber roof does not need to have coating. Yes, the new,
Right.
right.
So what picture is this?
So, okay, so that, okay, so this, okay, this is actually the front side. If I was up on the top of the main peak,
Uh-huh.
I'd be looking at, that way, this is the front, and this is the rear.
Okay.
Okay, this is just me taking down the line slate in horrible condition. That's just a picture that we have provided for. Some condition is, if you touch it, you can put your finger through.
Mm.
So that's pretty rough.
So are we seeing the sky reflection right there? Is that what that is?
That might be a valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so so then the skylight, which is now currently plexiglass, will be removed. It has the existing hole size of 30 by 40. Is that correct?
Yep, approximately. Yep.
All right, and then you're going to be constructing this light box that goes over it?
We won't construct it. We'll actually get it made by Deluxe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and.
Yep. Mhm.
So you actually see, so this elevation from the roof line here is pretty high, it's probably about approximately 10 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when we take this off, we're only taking about maybe 3.5 to 4 inches off, lifting it off, and the new lid goes actually around. But this red part here that you actually see will actually be encased by the color of the tuxedo gray to match your skylight lid.
Got it. Okay.
So unfortunately, it's
The the gutters, are they, what's the profile?
Okay, so there are there's box gutters where the majority are around the perimeter of the property.
Mhm.
There is a half round gutter, I believe. Yes, nope, I'm sorry, like a K gutter. And a half round. Those remain, those two are actually in the rear. We're not doing anything with them. All the box gutters that are existing on the entire perimeter, we are actually lining in EPDM, rubber membrane. Okay, and then they're gonna get the new white metal edging that actually goes around to match the profile of the existing one. So when you look up or look at the property, it's like an open.
But then the box cutters aren't going to have any problem with deterioration where they historically have, because you're going to put all rubber in it.
We're gonna line it with rubber.
Yep.
Nothing's gonna deteriorate. Right now, he's got two types of metals. He's got copper and galvanized fighting each other right now, which are totally destroying each other.
So when you said the white trim, are you talking about the drip edge?
Yep.
Or, okay, so
Yep.
that's currently white.
Correct.
Okay. And then no other downspouts are being replaced. Everything else remains as.
That is correct.
Just the box gutter downspouts,
Just the
right?
box gutter downspouts, correct, yeah.
Any other questions?
So can we do it all in threes?
Do you want to do it all together? I mean,
Do them all
we kind of
together.
discussed it
You
all
wanna do them all
together. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that controversial. I don't think.
All is one.
Okay,
Go for it, Joe.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you.
All right, I move for a certificate of appropriateness to be given to 123 East Market Street for the removal of the slate roof to be replaced with GAF
Slate line.
slate line, thank you, slate line shingles in the antique slate or antique slate color. All box gutter downspouts will be lined in rubber and remain intact. All other downspouts will remain intact as they are. Drip edge will remain in white. Then moving on to the skylight. Skylight will be removed and will be encased with a box skylight that will cover the entire current skylight space. The gutters and any transition will be done in the tuxedo. Is it tuxedo gray? Tuxedo gray. The box itself will be constructed out of the tuxedo gray.
And the lip that comes out is also.
Yeah, the
The
lid
ex-
actually comes, yeah, tuxedo gray matches with what's color.
And then both front and rear rubber roofs will be removed and replaced in kind. Well, yeah, yep. Mhm. Anything we've forgotten?
Just one technicality. The box gutters themselves will be lined with rubber. The downspouts will be replaced.
Oh,
You may have, you said the
Yeah.
downspouts would be lined.
No, you could have corrected me.
I got it. I
It would have
got
been
it.
fine.
A second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Connie?
Aye.
Got Diana for the motion, Joe for the second, and Rod.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You too. $258 East Wall.
Hello.
Hello.
Aye.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. How's
Good.
everybody?
Good.
We're good. It's cool in here.
So I'm here for my son Jaden, who's on a pre-scheduled vacation. So parents
Oh.
don't do anything for the day.
Can't do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna do my best.
All right. The applicant for the property located at 258 East Wall Street proposes to remove doors and cover the opening that's created by the removal of the door with new siding and a size, profile, and color to match the adjacent 12-inch by 24-inch fiber cement shingle siding. So they're removing the door to renovate the kitchen and provide more counter space, I assume. It's a pretty narrow, small house. And it's actually viewed by the back street, which is Wesley, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Yes.
That's where this is viewed from, the alley, basically.
Mhm.
It's pretty far back.
Yeah. This house, I was driving and I drove right past it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on a
Right
minute.
here.
It's 256, 260. So yeah, it's closer to Wesley than it is to Wall.
How old is this house? Do you know?
I don't. By the looks of the inside, I think it was vertically
Mm.
and I think the addition, in my judgment, in the 60s maybe. But it's kind of I think it was the garage of a house next to it, 58, which is a half double. And I think they added on to the back.
And what did you say you thought the date was approximately? The 60s? Did
The
you say?
addition, I believe, is a 60s. I'm sure the other half was part of the garage.
Mhm.
But this house we're talking about is separate from any additions. And,
It is, it's on its own,
okay.
yes, but it's on the same, I guess, plot, or, I don't know what the word for it is.
It does look like the front piece could have been a garage, and then this kitchen was just a small addition on the back in the 60s too,
I believe.
to expand that.
So my son is planning, he's gonna live in this portion.
Mhm.
And there was an elderly lady, she was a hoarder, and I guess she passed away. So he wants to, obviously.
And it's just the one doorway that's being
Yes, yeah, there's actually.
closed in. correct,
There's actually 5 doors.
I was counting. There were a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And we did have Mike for zoning out. He looked at it and, he thought it was a good idea. And so there's plenty of egress.
All right, so this is a 2-unit property then?
It's actually a 4-unit. It's hard to describe, but, you have a picture there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, on this, here, turn this around.
You show us off then.
Okay, so this is the bungalow we're talking about.
Mhm.
Next to it is a half double. This and this half of the double are what he bought. There's three
Oh, I
units in
see.
this,
Okay,
and this is its own unit.
It's
I
detached.
understand.
It's detached.
Okay.
It's an odd setup.
No, it makes sense now that you've described it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Got it.
So are they removing a door from the unit in the back or just in the main building?
In the back. You have the same.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody has.
From this
feedback.
building, you're removing a door on one of the sides.
Yeah, this is the building in the back.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
call
the-
it bungalow.
It's that door, isn't it?
No, this actually is the main door facing that alley.
Oh,
Right,
That's
that faces,
facing
that's the
Wesley.
front door to
It's
Wesley.
It's between the two houses.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yep. Okay.
And that's
Oh,
the door
okay.
here that they're taking out then?
Yeah, it's on this side of the door.
Yes.
Right.
Hopefully I'm making sense.
All right, I see it. Yeah, okay.
I got
I
it.
got it. Okay.
Does it make sense to you, sort of? Like this faces the half double.
And this is in the
So
unit in
it's
the
not
back?
viewed by the street at all. It's between the houses. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How am I doing?
So on this then, on this layout then, the
Yes.
window and the door, this is Wesley here, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so the side, this is the door to be removed, the kitchen's going to be
Correct.
expanded. And then what's this before door?
He's just saying, this is just, it's not
It's before and
specifically to this
after.
door, this is before
And
and
after
after.
plans.
So in other words.
Oh, I understand.
yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's just.
So then this will be the side
It's gonna
entrance.
stay.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think he should close it both, but he's not worried about that right now.
Yeah.
Just the kitchen is really tiny.
okay, and this door goes into a mechanical
Mechanical,
closet.
yeah,
Got it.
Which he's gonna
Okay,
keep.
Yeah, okay.
So, Make sense?
Yeah, makes
Okay.
sense. All right, and then you're covering it with that.
Yeah, it had, this is, he found the exact slate online.
Mhm.
So this is exact, what is on there now, and he does have pictures.
That's asbestos.
Minus any asbestos, I hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
minus any asbestos, yeah. And he wants to paint it the exact same as the rest of the building.
Now, will he only do the doorway, or is he going to do the entire side of the house?
Well, I think
Redo
I
that?
think he would like to repaint the outside, but I talked to Mike and he said that, in future plans, he would have to get an encapsulating paint.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes?
Yeah, because this is probably,
Yeah, I'm sure it's. yeah,
Asbestos.
Yeah,
right, and that's.
yes.
Okay, so
But
how
to
is he
get
going to
him-
match this up then?
Right, and that's my question is are we going to see the side of it, and then all of a sudden we're going to see what was a
Straight line.
door?
No, I mean, well, I can't tell you what,
Well,
what he will do, but what he should do is tooth this in. I mean, these things come in these 2 feet pieces, so
right.
these are gonna need to be, they're
Semi-removed.
gonna need to be taken out as
Right.
required, and it's gonna
Okay.
be
Good. No,
fingered
that's
or
fine.
toothed in.
Yeah, that was my question.
Thank you.
But it versus putting the complete side of the house to be resided.
I don't think he wants to do that.
No, because I think that's, I think it has asbestos siding on it. I'm
Right.
Sure it does.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
So I don't think he.
Well, he's gonna have to take whatever precautions he has to take. That's the code department.
Yeah.
It's not our department as far as even
And he
just,
did talk to
just
Mike.
removing all this, whatever
Yeah.
he needs to remove to tooth in and
Right.
disposing of that properly, but
And
that's,
he's gonna do the right thing. I work for the city. So he's gonna do the right thing. And I work with Mike. Mike's gonna guide him on what to do. Of course, when I show up, he's on vacation. Because he could help me a little bit in one of Travis.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, thank
Mhm.
So again, none of this is visible by the street, just so you know. But I think it's gonna be an improvement over that old door.
So if he's removing the door, he's obviously going to take the light away also.
Say that again?
There's a light beside the door.
Do you want him to remove the light?
Well,
I mean, he'll do whatever you want.
it has no meaning once the door's gone, I would
Mhm.
think.
I agree with you, Connie. Unless there is a need for lighting
Lighting, that's,
in that space.
I mean, there is
House.
walkway
There
alongside
is a
the
walkway.
entire
Right.
building, so there would be
Yeah, I mean, you
purpose.
might
for
wanna-
that.
I don't see why you'd want to remove the light.
I agree.
I don't think he.
Yeah, I don't see a
would
need
plan
to,
on- I mean, he'll do whatever you want.
I don't think, I would,
He didn't mention removing the light. The only thing he said was, removing that door.
yeah. I don't think
So no, it'll provide light to the walkway.
Yeah,
Is your
I mean,
answer,
it
right?
makes sense to me. It'd be
Yeah.
smart to keep it.
yeah, no, it would be. Mhm.
And it's my young son and his young wife, so we're with it.
Yep.
okay. Any more questions?
I'd make a motion.
Excellent.
Make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness for 258 East Wall Street in Bethlehem to remove the door on the side of the structure and seal the opening and cover with the siding, which is going to match the look of the existing siding and then would be painted to match the color of the existing siding.
I'll second that.
Could we add, though, that it's, I know it's redundant and it's obvious, but just to be sure that it's, there is a step of,
That it's toothed in.
I'm sorry,
That it's toothed in.
yes, that,
Okay.
That means he takes part of that. and
Yes.
slides it.
what term did you use?
Tooth.
Toothed. Just
Tooth or two?
Toothed.
Toothed, yes, toothed in, yes, all right, makes sense.
Okay, motion has been made by Joe, seconded by Rod, Connie,
Aye.
and Diane.
Aye.
Did you guys see the second one?
No,
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not too late.
Okay.
You're still in the chair.
Okay.
What did I miss?
I don't know. So he also spoke to Mike about adding, there's no air conditioning. When he moved there, the old non-working window units. And he wanted to add central. But I thought you guys would have had it.
That's not in the
It's not on
application.
here.
No,
Okay. So what do we need to do with that?
I think talk to Mike when he gets back and get his recommendations and on how to handle that. And if it's something that we're going to see, then it should come back here, but hopefully it won't be.
but if he put it in an area which would not be seen from any public
Correct.
roadway, it would not require any action, correct?
And Mike will know that if you work out the location with him, he'll
He
know.
already did.
Okay, then maybe that's why it's not here.
Oh, so he can, we're good with that. He's got, well, I think what Mike said was it was essential, like an essential thing on air conditioning. Is that heating and air conditioning?
Well, we can't react to anything we don't have in front of us, but Mike will know if it needs to come here or not.
Oh, okay. All right, very good.
So I think you work with him,
Okay.
Right.
and if there's a location where it can't be seen from a public right away, then and he's worked that out, then he's good. But I mean, we can't tell you because we have
So
nothing.
Mike determines whether it comes to you guys.
Well, he'll know whether it'll
advise
need
you.
to.
whether it
Okay.
needs to or not, yeah.
All right, it's a learning process.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All right, thank you so much.
Welcome.
So I'm done.
You're done.
So what's next? in the process, is he good to go once he gets his permits, or is this the official?
You still you still have to go to city council.
It has to be
It has
approved
to
by
be
city
approved by
council.
council.
You don't have to
Oh.
attend that if you don't
Okay.
want.
You
but it
can
will
send
go-
your son.
It'll, well, I mean,
Yeah, he's going on his honeymoon soon, too. He'll probably be on his honeymoon.
no. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to attend. They will act on it
Okay,
without you there.
gotcha.
Um,
So this is one step, you send it to council, and then council approves.
Right.
Okay.
And then you need to get the permits through the building department after that.
Already being worked on.
Right.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sorry to hold you up.
No?
You're not holding us up.
Is there another?
You do recognize
Did I
me.
miss something?
Yeah.
There is a sixth.
All right.
Oh, this is the one that we had a discussion on.
Yes.
I don't know. Might be reading.
243 East Church Street?
I don't have anything because you guys were kind enough, I'm sure it ain't the first time, but you went outside the circumvent of the
And
process.
your name is?
Troy Long from Colruyt.
Okay.
You guys,
Because it was an emergency.
you were kind enough, yeah.
All right.
As a matter of fact, we're in the process of doing it. It's 200 feet of deck board. That's how rotten it was.
So this came to Mike, I don't know, it could be a couple weeks ago now as an emergency roof replacement for a leaking roof. So the applicant is proposing at 243 East Church to remove the existing slate roofing and replace them with GAF slate line shingles in an antique slate color, and to remove the existing EPDM flat roofing and replace it in kind, and then install new half-round gutters in white color. What I can tell you about this is Mike emailed this application to Connie and I on May 20th, and asked us to take a look at it as an emergency submission by Paul Wright Roofing. And after reviewing the information with Connie, my response to Mike was, I just spoke with Connie. If this is truly an emergency, we're okay with this moving forward, and them coming to Harb after the fact to present why this was an emergency and what they have done. The replacement shingles shall be GAF slate line and antique slate color. All flashings shall be real copper, and any roof edge trim such as drip edge material shall be the same color as adjacent trim. Any change in color of the existing trim must get prior approval from Harb. So I can tell you, I walked by today. I walk out in the street because the sidewalk was blocked. But it is being worked on. It looks like the roof edging is white, and there was nice bright new copper flashing around the chimney. So I think they're doing what we asked them
My
to.
foreman just sent me a picture. Just sent me a picture
Yeah.
while I was sitting back there.
Good.
That's the roof, looking at the flat rubber roof
Mhm.
up over the rear slope. And you can see the copper flashing, which you've already. And then here's the street view. So he just sent me these pictures, or I would have printed the pictures. I'm
That's
sorry. Just while I was sitting back there. So he just must have pulled away. So the shanks are in and ready to accept the new gutters. Because we router out the deck so that everything's flat.
Mhm.
So the shanks are there ready to accept new gutters, but that work is not done. We just completed the shingle and the EPDM roof for that.
And you had mentioned the amount of deck board replacement.
200 linear feet, 1 by 12 deck board. That's how wide. At the transition where it goes flat, where all the ice and stuff backs up.
What was it?
Ice and water shield.
1 by
coat,
1 by 6 was it, or 1 by, what did you say?
1 by 12.
1 by 12.
Yeah. And then onto the flat roof. That roof was done way before ice and water shield was a code thing. So over the years, it must have backed up there and rotted on that wood.
So this was mainly a problem where the flat and the sloped roof met?
That was the main problem.
Right, right.
That was where the bulk of the 200 lineal feet.
And the downspout, that's not being replaced, that's okay?
No.
Oh, the
that's-
downspout
yeah,
is also
gutters-
being
gutters,
replaced, gutters
downspouts.
and downspouts,
Yes.
got it.
And the downspouts are round downspouts?
They were way prior in place.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't have shorthand.
That's okay. So do we have to make a motion?
I think we should. I
Okay,
think-
just to
I
form
think-
it
I think we should.
for formal.
So I make a motion for a certificate of appropriateness to be given to 243 East Church Street for the removal of all roofing and gutters to be replaced with GAF slate line roofing in antique slate color. All the rubber roofing has been or will be removed and replaced in kind. And new white 5-inch half-round gutters and downspouts will be added to the property.
And all,
Placing that in.
and the flashings are copper.
And all flashings will be copper. Thank you.
A second? Any further conversation or questions?
Motion's been made by Diana, seconded by Connie. Rod
Aye.
and Joe.
Aye.
Pardon me.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thanks, you guys, for going outside.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Customer really appreciate it. Get out.
Don't forget the minutes from last time.
It's falling apart.
So what did they do? They started the work without a permit.
I'm sorry, what?
They started the work without a permit. On that one.
They did?
Is that what?
No, I think they came in, well, I don't know this, but I think they did come in for a permit, but as an emergency. And I think
Okay,
Mike
got it.
contacted us before he gave them the permit, I think.
Got
The minutes of May 4th, are there any other comments than what I had and revised? Okay, is that unanimous?
I move that they be accepted.
Okay.
I second.
Aye.
Second, Connie. All in favor, aye, right?
Aye.
Unanimously, okay.
I'm not leaving. I just have
I
to
know you're
stand
not.
up.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that thing was screaming at you.
Yeah.
All right, just one thing to remind you guys of.
Mhm.
The July meeting is actually on July 20th. Is that correct? At 5 o'clock, and that's still a Wednesday. Is Skyline West still on that agenda? Okay,
Is
so,
that the only thing, Wilma?
So far.
okay. It would be good if it was.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, Skyline West is coming up. Just again, Connie and I attended a meeting a couple Monday mornings ago, and the applicant brought it in and explained how they had, reacted to previous guidance given by this board. So that will be up for review again. One of the big things they did, I think they removed the floor. And they came back with a whole different palette of materials based on materials that are already found in the city, stone and wood and so on. So, yeah, it's, I think it helps with the scale.
They shortened it too, didn't
Yeah,
they? A little bit.
they might have shortened it, but they definitely took a floor off,
A
and I
floor.
think they changed the the mix of the number of units and so on. So, I was not here when that came before first, and Joe, you weren't here.
I was
So-
here.
So we did ask them to send us the minutes from the previous, at that meeting. I don't know, Wilma, if you can
I
remind them.
mean, I wasn't here when that meeting occurred, but I can definitely search the database and get to those minutes.
Okay, yeah, just to know, so we know what the conversation was then, and the applicant explained that at the staff meeting that we were invited to. But they were going to provide that, so. All right, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
And a second?
Second,
Second,
Rod,
third.
all in favor? I'm assuming that's.
that's a big eye.
That's a big eye.
Wow, that was good.
That was good. I was.
Projects.